Okay, so many people have asked me about a rod and reel review, what I would recommend for catfish in central Illinois, what we use frequently. And here's the different ones that we have decided would probably be a good entry-level rods for you at a reasonable price without breaking the bank. So many different rods to choose from, so many different reels to choose from. Everybody claims to be the best. But for years and years, around here in central Illinois, I live in the Springfield area, people have claimed that Shakespeare ugly stick rods are by far the best value, specifically the Catfish series. In front of me I have an original Shakespeare ugly stick rod. It's a medium heavy action, 15 to 30 pounds line. And this was what the original Shakespeare ugly stick rods look like. This is their Catfish series. It's a little bit newer one. But they were white. They were two-piece blanks, fiberglass. This one happens to have an open-faced reel on it. They make closed-faced poles and open-faced poles. Many of the catfish anglers around here for entry-level rods prefer the open-faced, and you can get them at a reasonable price. So at the Walmart in our area, they're running $59.99, and they just last forever. This rod is approximately 10 years old. It's caught a lot of fish. It's filled the freezer many times. For a reasonable price, it's just a good entry-level rod. It gets expensive when you're talking when you're on a boat and you have 6 rods at $60 a piece. That's $360. It adds up really quickly. But this is a rod that you can pass down to your grandkids as long as you take good care of it. Should last for a long, long, long time. Every year I take my reels apart. I re-grease them, check the bearings, pack the bearings really well, and it'll just last you for a very long time. Moving on. Lately, on the internet and at wish.com and so on and so forth, several other retailers, they are selling these cheap baitcaster reels. This one I happened to actually obtain from a pawn shop, the rod and reel both, but this reel runs about $50, anywhere between, it's listed for $48, anywhere between $48 and $69, depending on where you buy it from. And I have paired it with a Lure Era catfish casting rod. These are good rods, The line weight is between 10 and 50 pounds. Lure weight 1 to 1.5 ounces. They're good 2-piece fiberglass blank rods. These rods are cheap. They're $40 for the rod itself, and then pair it with a good reel. It's another entry-level combo to get you in the water. These rods aren't they're not everyday fishing rods to last you for 20 years, but the rod will last you for it's got a cork handle on it. They're just decent rods. They have good flexibility. I would say the flexibility of that one is not as good as the original Shakespeare Ugly Stick. The Shakespeare Ugly Stick has a very sensitive tip on it. Many of them are fiberglass, like see-through tips. These just aren't as high quality as a Shakespeare Ugly Stick, but it's still a good casting rod. And for a bait caster, it'll get you in the water pretty cheap. It's very entry level for a bait casting rod. Moving on, we have a catfish fighter made by Zepco. It is a 7-foot rod, 2-piece fiberglass blank. This rod is old. It's old. It's a 15-year-old rod and reel combo.